A professional athlete making $10 million a year takes home less than $4 million, and most of them are broke within 5 years of retiring. One number destroys everything, and almost nobody explains it to them. Jalen Brunson just signed a $156 million extension. Victor Wembanyama is looking at a max deal worth over $250 million. Those numbers sound life-changing. They are, but not always in the way you think. Let's start with the tax trap. An NBA player earning $10 million a year doesn't live in a single tax bracket. They live in a stack of them. Federal income tax alone hits 37% at that level. But it doesn't stop there. Most NBA stars play in states like California or New York. California adds another 13.3% on top. That single digit is devastating at high incomes. Add Medicare, state disability, and jock taxes. Yes, that's a real thing, where players pay tax in every state they play a game in. Suddenly, that $10 million is closer to $5.5 million before they spend a single dollar. But that's not even the strangest part. Now, come the people with their hands out, and the athlete usually invited all of them in. The agent takes 4%. The financial advisor takes 1 to 2%. The business manager takes another 1 to 2%. We're now down to roughly $4 million from that original $10 million, and the player hasn't bought a single thing yet. Then comes the entourage. Studies show the average NBA player financially supports 8 to 12 family members and friends. Housing, cars, monthly allowances. This isn't generosity. It becomes a fixed cost they can't cut. Add 2 or 3 houses, a fleet of cars, custom jewelry, and a lifestyle that costs $3 to $5 million a year just to maintain. The math starts going negative fast. The Sports Illustrated estimate that 60% of NBA players face serious financial hardship within 5 years of retirement isn't a myth. It's arithmetic. The income stops. The lifestyle doesn't. Wembanyama is 20 years old. He will earn hundreds of millions. But the average NBA career lasts 4.5 years. Even a superstar's peak earning window is maybe 10 to 12 years. That's it. Here's the flip. What should these athletes actually be doing? The answer isn't complicated, but it requires treating that first contract like it might be the last one. Step 1. Separate your lifestyle budget from your investment capital with a hard wall. Live on 20 to 30% of after-tax income maximum. The rest gets locked away and put to work. Step 2. Index funds, real estate, and boring diversified assets. Not crypto, not a friend's restaurant, not a clothing line nobody asked for. Boring compounding over time beats every flashy bet. If Brunson invested just $2 million a year at a 7% average return starting at 27, he'd have over $40 million by 50 without touching the principal. That's financial independence, not financial survival. Step 3. Get a fee-only fiduciary advisor, someone legally required to act in your interest, not commission-driven to sell you products. That distinction alone has saved careers. The athletes who get this right, LeBron, Kevin Durant, even Steph Curry, treat their playing career as the funding round for a lifelong investment portfolio. The sport is the startup capital. Everything else is the real game. The money isn't the problem. The education around money is. A 19-year-old from poverty handed $5 million has never been taught what a marginal tax rate is. That's not a character flaw. That's a system failure. The same math that destroys athletes destroys regular people on a smaller scale. Lifestyle inflation, poor tax strategy, no investing discipline. The numbers are different. The psychology is identical. If this opened your eyes to how high earners actually lose wealth, subscribe. Because next week we're breaking down how lottery winners and inheritance recipients follow the exact same pattern. Drop in the comments. What would you do with a $10 million after-tax windfall?